We're back at Lowe's Motor Speedway, kicking off Stock Car Racing's All-Star Night. It's a hurry-up cleanup because this race has a 1-hour time limit. Todd Schaefer was the last driver to climb from his car number 38, but he is okay. There is the start with Benton and Krenifus, and here is the aftermath.
I believe the 7 car got loose, got up into the 8 car, and turned them both around. What happened? Turned them both sideways. Kind of one of those air off the spoiler deals.
Now there's Schaefer right side of your screen, and then he gets hit after his car is halted. That's Schaefer spinning in.
Yeah,
now he's stopped, and here comes everyone else.
There's what the 21 car got into him real hard. Fortunately, it was on the right side.
Dick Berggren.
Damon Lusk came down pit road dragging his battery. The car was hit so hard, ripped the battery right out of it. He dragged it down pit road. Damon, what happened up there?
To be honest with you, I couldn't tell you. I seen a bunch of smoke up there and the guy's car sideways everywhere, and got my hand up and someone said, you know, you just one of them things I'd have to see the tape to see what happened. But, you know, we come down here to start the race for these guys, and it's a shame. Just want to run some laps, but we'll be back. We working on some stuff, try to get back here and go from there. Watch from the trailer.
2 hours ago in the drivers' meeting, the drivers were cautioned, be sure and finish every lap. Time after time, they were told, take it easy, don't wreck early, and look what's happened.
Damon Lusk came out of the Southwest Tour, and then there you look at the concrete-backed water barrels that Krenifus hit there. That was that big explosion of water absorbing much of the impact, and just up track from that, up toward turn 4, you'll see some of that soft wall technology employed also with water barrels in front of the soft walls.
These are water barrels down here, I believe, and then this is the soft wall up here. And that's something that Humpy's been working on.
Did its job. There's more of it. Let's go back to the first incident back at lap 3 that took Kerry Earnhardt and Jerry Glanville out of this race. There are the two of them side by side. Or rather, there's Earnhardt, that is, after a contact with Richardson and being run into by the 1 car of Belmont. Kerry Earnhardt's now out of the race. Here's Matt.
Mike there, Napa, Pennzoil, and Budweiser guys working on this number 2 car of Kerry Earnhardt, replacing the radiator, cutting away the damaged parts. Kerry, a tough way to debut this new paint scheme. What happened?
I don't know. We went down turn 3 there and stayed right on the bottom of the white, next to the white line. And me and 91 got together somehow and just tried to keep it down to keep from causing a real big wreck, and ended up losing control of the car. And a couple cars got me from behind and from the side and everything. And here we are changing the radiator and taking the nose off.
A tough day for the Kannapolis, North Carolina driver.
Dale Earnhardt's oldest son behind the pit wall with his car under repair. There's the Philip Krenifus Ford and the number 90 of Jason Hedleski, part of a long list of drivers involved in that second crash. That's quite a list.
13 cars. That's a third of the field. So that's the reason Kerry Earnhardt and that group's trying to get back out there.
And we'll get right back here after this. This is ARCA on FX.
Welcome back to Lowe's Motor Speedway and the ARCA RE Series you're enjoying on FX. The drivers aren't exactly enjoying, as Jeff Hammond and I watched from the Hollywood Hotel just out of turn 4. We've already had more hits.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I thought they were coming in a hotel with us.
It was a lot of noise here. 13 cars involved, as they pointed out. Jeff, what does that do? This was a 67 lap or 1 hour time limit on the race. So how does that affect things for those that have survived?
What I'm seeing right now is with each caution lap, there goes another minute and a half off that clock. So all of a sudden this race is going to come down to both are worried about, as far as being concerned about tires or gas or anything like that. You just got to get after it, try to stay out front, and hopefully get the race in before it runs out of time. It's the beginning of a long night here on FX and a night of all-star racing, and we'll be here to keep an eye on it for you. Let's go down to Matt Yoakum, who's with a veteran of ARCA Racing. Matt?
Well, Billy Venturini is the son of former ARCA champ Bill Venturini. You were worried about having to start at the back after that engine change. This was your worst nightmare, and it came true, Billy.
Unfortunately, it did. And I want to thank lots of people, the sponsors, Caterpillar, Dr. Hall, he helped quite a bit. Permatex has been helping us a lot this year. And I mean, without them guys, I couldn't do this. But it's just a shame because some of the guys up there they were out of control when that green flag dropped today. We get here and we run a 100-mile race, and they think it's a 5-mile race. You know, they run into turn 1 like we don't have to come back, and that's kind of what happened. It just went in there, and probably 3-4 cars had already wrecked, and then the track closed up, and there was nowhere to go, and it's just a big pile. I don't even know how many cars were involved, but I'm sure there were a lot because there was nowhere to go.
A tough break for Billy Venturini, second-generation driver. Dick Berggren.
Well, Tim Steele has won 50% of his starts here at Lowe's Motor Speedway in the ARCA division, and he has been on the radio in conversation with his crew chief, Larry Moore. They are trying to decide whether to stay out or whether they should come in at this point in time. And it has gone on and on and on, this lengthy conversation. I can tell you this, David Keith, who currently is running in 6th position, he is going to come in shortly. He's going to take on tires. They're going to try to correct a little bit of an overheating problem, and right now, as predicted, David Keith on pit road, heading for his pit crew.
You know, that hood on Billy Venturini's car, that was not Dr. Happy Tooth.
No, it wasn't.
Not after all that. That hood's going to need braces and then some.
You know, the only reason I would think to come to pit road there would be to correct a handling problem. I mean, we've only run 3 green flag laps, and right now, at the rate we're going, we're not going to get 67 laps running. Dick Berggren, what are they doing to these cars?
Well, not a whole lot other than firing some tires at it. I'm a bit surprised that they're firing the right size, because the right size are the harder tire. Well, Keith is going to take a 4-tire change out of this thing. They also had been concerned about his car running a little bit hot. 220, 230, that's not all that bad, but they did take the opportunity to clean the grill off in his car. So far, we haven't seen any indication that Tim Steele is going to be coming back down.
Robbie Benton, Stedman Marlin, they're the 95 and the 66 of Stanton Barrett, all changing 4 tires. Jeff?
One of the things these guys may get advantage on, Mike, is the fact of running through all that debris. This may be a golden opportunity since the largest majority of the field is gone now. Come in, get you 4 tires just in case you've run over something.
Yeah, that's what I would expect. They probably think they run over something.
Whole lot better to change it under caution than when they go back racing.